Yo, what is good? Once again, we are here. And this time, I might sound a little different actually. Like, I've been very lazy with this whole fucking podcasting. Like, I haven't really tried to improve anything, right? I just fucking gotten the basic settings in the beginning and then just kind of like went with it and just like hit record every time. But I've realized I started like actually I tried to actually listen a little bit back to the fucking podcast, and it was like the fucking mic is kind of like it seemed like it was clipping a lot, and it was a bit like bad. I don't know. Because like the fucking I had like some fucking filter compression on it and blah blah blah, but like it's just some stock shit that I had now, and now I've actually gone in and used my sound engineering skills to to make a better stuff with like fucking one compressor, then like some EQ, and then like some gain, and then another compressor. I like made a little chain here, of like of actual like good shit. So I think my mic is gonna sound a little better now. It might actually sound a bit more quiet. I don't know. I don't know how the fuck it's gonna work. I think it's gonna be smoother overall. We'll see. Maybe I'll just have to fucking do. Maybe I'll have to do what I do when I make music. Like when I make music, I add distortion to literally everything. I don't know what the fuck it is. What it is about distortion, but there's something like distortion just makes with music, it's kind of hard to explain. It just makes everything sound better, kind of. It's weird because like distortion obviously makes things sound more distorted, right? Which is like less clear. But distortion also to me like it just makes everything sound better. Like I like it when it's like a little gritty, a little crushy, like with music especially. I mean, adding distortion to a podcast is obviously a little bit would be a little bit painful. But I'm just saying, like, because now that I was doing these compression things, I was also making a bunch of music today, or a bunch of it. I just been working on this one fucking song that I'm gonna try and finish before this month, but I have no idea. But like there, every single sound I add is like distortion here, a little distortion here, a little distortion there. It's literally almost everywhere. I'm probably gonna end up like fucking putting distortion on the fucking master track in the end. Which is not, it's not that uncommon too. I know there's a lot of like, especially more like crazy experimental type songs where they actually like fucking just distort the whole fucking track, and it's like turns to a banger, you could say. I don't know. It's fucking yeah. You can probably go to like some. I'm especially thinking about like some for example some like Laura Less in like 100gex. If you go to her SoundCloud, I've been there one time and I was like listening through a bit, and it's like it seems like literally everything there that she's posted has like fucking crazy ass amount of distortion on the master track. It's just like you can't hear anything. Like all the vocals are just like just so fucking distorted. It's like that's a little too much for me. But that's also like the stuff that's there is not, I guess, supposed to be I mean, it sounds weird like saying it's not supposed to be listenable, but it's kind of like that. It's more like, I'm guessing it's probably all that stuff is just because it's fun to make and it like sounds kind of cool, but it's not something I guess you sit down and listen to because it's just so fucking harsh, with all the distortion and crazy sounds and stuff. But yeah. Yeah. And yeah, what else? Yeah, that was just I was gonna mention. But back to reality though. I have actually this week I have there's something happening now. Right now, fuck, my eye is like fucking itching. Fucking hell. Oh. So now there's something happening. I did see the sun for the first time in I don't know how long is it, 3 months or something since I last seen the sun. Like what we're in February almost now. When was the last time I saw the sun? It must have been in like November probably, right? Probably like maybe up to 4 months since last time I saw the sun, which is kind of not okay. No, I actually think it's more like 3 months maybe. I don't fucking know, but I saw the sun for the first time in a very long time, and oh my god, I'm telling you, when the sun comes after it's been gone for so long, it only starts to show like on the edge, right? Like right when it like rises and then it sets. You know what I mean? So you see the sun very low, and oh my god, it's fucking. When you see it for the first time in months, it's so fucking sharp and like bright because it's like laying so low and it's it's beaming towards you. Like this is that time where it's like impossible to see anything when you drive. Like everything is completely white. The sun is like barely rising, so it's like just above the mountains, and just fucking blares. The fucking brightest thing. Like you can have sunglasses, you can have the screen on the car, but fucking hell, you barely see anything. It's kind of like driving in fucking blind, Oh shit. It's fucking crazy though. But it's actually nice seeing the sun though. This means, oh my god, I can't wait to like soon when Easter is, like how long is Easter? It's like 2 months till. Like that's usually when things really start to melt. When Easter hits, which is like, oh, I can see a plane. I think how many times have I just seen a plane during the podcast? And like I said last time also when I saw a plane, it's actually not that often that I see planes. There's only a few planes that lands at this airport every day, but yeah, I see a plane. But anyway, and I'm also maybe I'm gonna mention some other plane later that I'm gonna talk about. We will see. But what was I gonna say? The fucking see, now again losing track. The fucking sun, yeah. I'm telling you, it's yeah, like in Easter, which is like, when is it? April? I think Easter, like that's the weird thing. Easter is such a weird thing. I never understood Easter, because Easter, it's on different day every year. Did you guys know? It's not like fucking Christmas. It's like, oh yeah, the 24th is Christmas Eve and 25th is first Christmas Day or whatever. Wait, what the fuck? Wait, hold on. Wait, what the? Wait, am I seeing two? Okay, I am a little confused. I don't think I've ever seen two planes at the same time in the sky where I live, because there's just so few planes. I literally saw two planes going towards each other. What the? Okay, that might sound very dumb, I know, but like don't think I've ever actually seen two planes in the sky at the same time. I couldn't see at the same time. It just went gone though. Fuck. But yeah, I almost have to fucking open a flight radar now. That's what I usually do when I see planes. I just open a flight radar. I'm like, oh yeah, where's this plane going? Even though I know most planes are just going to like nearby places. But yeah, I'm kind of like a plane. I'm not one of those plane fanatics or something. I know I had a friend back in the days that was like a fucking plane fanatic like that. He was like all about planes. He fucking only thing he did was play flight simulators. He fucking had pictures of planes on his walls. He was like, he knew everything about fucking planes, like from like the very young age, when we were like super young and shit. He was weird. Like he knew all the fucking Boeing 737 blah blah blah. I don't know. He fucking knew everything. He actually like always wanted to become a pilot. He didn't become a pilot because he said it was so much work, but I think he became like, he works with planes though. He became like some fucking he works in the military with like military planes, and he's like I don't know if he's a mechanic, plane mechanic. He does something with planes, with military planes and stuff. I think he's on the planes when flying them and testing them or something, but he's not a pilot, I don't know, but I think he's I think he's achieved what he wanted though, working with planes and stuff, because that guy was fucking plane fanatic. I'm fucking telling you. But yeah, and see, now I lost it again. I was gonna, the Easter thing. Fucking hell. I'm gonna finish this. The Easter. Every time an Easter, like last Christmas, I remember, as soon as Easter hit. Oh yeah, the Easter hits on every different days every year. I don't know how the fuck that works, Like doesn't Easter celebrate something? Isn't it like when God fucking rose, blah blah blah? Wait, what? Let's see, I'm gonna Google this. What is Easter? This is not what you're supposed to do during a podcast, like research stuff, but it's some resurrection. Okay, I'm not gonna fuck it. It's Resurrection Day, is that it? Jesus got resurrected, but why is it on different days every fucking year? It's so weird. Okay, Easter is 31st. But like, I think like I don't know if it's in Norway, but like Easter is on different days. every year. Why is Easter on different days? I don't know what the fuck. A movable. What the fuck is it? I don't know if it might be. It might be like some Norwegian type shit or something. Because in Norway, it's different every year. Like sometimes it's in fucking April, sometimes it's in March. I think it's like it's fucking weird. It's on different days all the time. I have no idea what it depends on, but yeah, it's super weird. So that's like one of the holidays you have to Google every year. Like, oh, when is Easter? Because it's literally different every fucking time. No idea why. Like I said, and every time on Easter, that's usually when like we fully go like snow smelting mode, and like now the spring is, you know, now we're like really heading towards spring, you know. That's when shit actually starts to melt, you know. I remember last Easter I was at the cabin. Actually, it was kind of crazy. Last Easter my whole family, except my brother, I think, like me, basically me, my mom and dad was actually at the cabin for like multiple days, which is like, can't remember last time that happened. Must be over 10 years since, you know. But then when I was done being at the cabin, I was gonna go home. Oh my god, I could like, I think it happened also the year before that. I couldn't barely get my fucking car home. Like right outside my, not in my driveway, or in my driveway too, but also like the road right outside my house. It's just fucking so melted. There's been no fucking of these fucking machines taking the snow away, because I live in like a fucking, I live like at a what do you call it? A dead end street, which is like very small street, and like right outside my house is like the fucking last place the fucking snow the snow machines comes and fucking removes the snow. Like it's literally one of the last fucking places they always do. So I remember last time, fucking drove in here, like I get stuck all the fucking time because the fucking snow just turns to like this mushy snow, and you can't fucking do anything because there's like thick layers of snow now, because like it snows, then people drive over it, and it snows, people drive over it, even though like the snow remover guy fucking, he removes all the fucking snow, you know, but like it still builds up a layer, and when it fucking gets hot out, the layer just becomes mush, and it's like fucking impossible. You can't fucking drive there. I get stuck all the time. I have to fucking spend 30 minutes trying to fucking dig like a path to my car so I can actually get it in my fucking driveway. Happens two years in a row. Probably gonna happen this year too, because I'm probably most likely gonna go to the cabin this Easter too, you know. And then when I get home, it's probably gonna be fucked. But yeah, actually, that's actually been a little bit of snow melting now. I think this is the first time this winter it's actually been plus degrees. It was yesterday, or I think it was actually this morning too. It was a little plus degrees. But yeah, but it hasn't been like that crazy melting like I said in Easter, because when Easter hits, the sun is actually in the sky, and you know, now the sun doesn't really show. I have only seen the sun one time this week, and that was on Tuesday. I haven't seen it since. But like it shows that it's on its way up, you know. It's only right now, it's only possible to see it for like an hour or two each day, you know. But it's obviously gonna like you know, be more and more visible as the fucking days keeps on going, you know. But yeah, but in contrast to like because like now it's like plus degrees, and last this is kind of funny because last weekend there was it was like 30 minus, up to 30 minus, oh no, maybe like 25 minus last weekend, right? And when I got to work on Monday after the weekend, and it's been very cold, you know, I'm like the last guy to show up at the office, you know, like most of the time, and then I come in there, open up the fucking door, and like all these people, like everyone sits in there with fucking and when I say everyone, there's only like what, 4 people, you know. We're a very small company, we're only 5 people, but yeah, but they're sitting there with their fucking jackets, fucking their beanie, fucking fully winter clothed basically. And it's like, I'm like, oh, okay, everybody's sitting here, and then I just like, looks a bit weird, because usually they don't sit with all their winter clothes on. They usually sit with a jacket sometimes on or stuff, you know, but then I like close the door, and I just step a bit more in. I'm like, wasn't really hot in here. It was like ice cold in there. I was like, oh, did a fucking AC unit stop working or something? because it was like cold, but I didn't realize exactly how cold it was because it was like I don't know, you know. But then apparently what had happened was that the fucking I think it was he said our boss said that his daughter had been at the office, and apparently I had no idea. Apparently she cleans the kitchen every Saturday or every weekend for us, and I guess our boss like pays her, or maybe not, I don't fucking know. But basically our boss daughter apparently cleans our kitchen every weekend. So she had been there, and I didn't know that she fucking was there every weekend cleaning. I thought it was our boss that did it. But anyway, fucking she had been there, and the thing is, the door to the office is kind of weird, because if you like close it, sometimes it just like bounces back, you know. You like close it and then like it actually goes in, but then the lock, not the lock, or the lock kind of thing, it's weird because like it doesn't always want to stick, so it just bounces up again, you know. So you have to like go again and like fully push it in. So apparently she had like not closed the door, or she probably had like closed the door and then it had just bounced up again, but she hadn't noticed, and then she had left. So the fucking whole fucking office had apparently been iced down, and I mean iced down, like all the drinks, everything in there, completely solid ice. You know, you look down in the toilet water, you know, completely ice, rock solid. Everything was freeze. The water pipes, the plumbing, everything frozen, fucking solid. And it was like and yeah, but lucky, I'm telling you, we were fucking lucky though, because like the worst thing about when water pipes and stuff freezes, it's not the fact that it's freezed and you have to heat it up. That's not the big concern. The biggest concern when water pipes freezes is that the water pipes can burst, you know, because they if you guys know, when water freezes, it expands. I mean, everyone knows this, right? I mean, I'm pretty sure everyone has had like a bottle of something non-alcoholic, because if you have very strong alcohol, it doesn't actually freeze, you know. It's kind of crazy. But if you have like water or something and you put it in the freezer in a plastic bottle or something, you will notice, if you forget about it, you will notice that when you go pick it up, obviously the whole fucking bottle is fucking expanded like crazy, you know. Sometimes it can explode, you know. But basically that's what happens with water pipes, and that's the worst thing when it comes to water pipes freezing. But luckily nothing actually fucking bursted, you know. Everything was totally fine, but I think our boss was a little pissed there that his daughter had fucking forgotten to fucking close the door. I swear. Oh my god. Like, it's so kind of lucky. Like, it's the same. We have had problems before though at the office where it's like when it gets really cold, the water freezes, and it's like, because like the heating cable that goes out to like make sure that water pipes doesn't freeze doesn't actually go all the way to the very end. So like sometimes it freezes at the end. But I mean, we haven't had a problem in a long time now. So I mean, it's kind of, I guess it's like not a problem anymore then, you know. Oh, but yeah. And at work, I have at work also this week. I mean, things are kind of slow these days, you know. I feel like everyone, especially in my place, there's like there's not that much to do recently. Like, only thing I've been doing at work recently is I've been fucking trying to figure out what's wrong with these fucking, we install AC units, or AC units. It's heating and air conditioning. So yeah, I'm just gonna say AC. But these bad boys, you know, they are really fun to try and figure out what the fuck is wrong with them. We have this one type that we are installing that we have so much problems with that just keeps fucking breaking, you know. And it's the thing about these are so annoying that most of the time when they break, the parts that are broken aren't replaceable. You have to fucking throw the whole fucking thing away or send it back and get a new one or whatever, you know. Because like there's a lot of replaceable parts here, you know. There's like these magnet valves, there's like sensors, there's the main circuit board, which actually like goes bad very often for some reason, I don't know. Which I already have replaced a few, but and the fan, you know, actually it's crazy. This one fan had actually broken right off the fucking mounting of the engine, like the literal what is it called, the axle thing that sticks out of the engine that you connect the fan to. That thing had straight up broken straight off, which is like crazy because it's like a thick steel tube, you know. It had broken right off, and the fan is just plastic. So I have no idea how the fuck the fan survived, but the fucking but the steel tube did not, you know. But you know, I've been and also, like, I'm an electrician. I'm not really like a AC unit installer or a refrigerant fucking guy. You know what I mean? So like most of these times now when I'm trying to figure out what's wrong, one of them was fucking the pipes in it was leaking, and you can't really fix that. You have to just fucking get a new one. And then the other one was like, I think it was the fucking vacuum. No, I mean the compressor that was fucking gone. Because should I explain how an AC unit works? Basically, there's a compressor that compresses all the gas, and then when it compresses, it gets hot, and then blah blah blah, and then when it does not, it becomes blah blah blah, and then it cools. You know, fancy stuff. But the compressor is like the main part here, and it's so hard to, like, especially for me, because I don't really know what the fuck I'm doing. Because like it's mainly our boss is the one who like knows these things, but we're still like installing them a little bit, and he does like the main stuff. He has all the papers on it, you know. We're just helping out a little bit, you know. So I'm like trying to figure out how the fuck this, like, it's so hard to like figure out what's wrong in an AC unit compared to like electric stuff. Because with electric stuff, it's like you measure if there's current. If there's no current, then you got to figure out why there's no current, and then when you figure out where the current stops, you know that, okay, this thing is bad. This thing is the reason the current doesn't come. You know, it's like very straightforward figuring out what's wrong when it comes to electric stuff. But when it comes to gas stuff, it's so, because you can't like measure inside the pipes how much gas like comes through with electric wires. You can like measure, okay, how much current comes here. Is it full voltage here? Is it only half voltage? Like you can measure everything. But with the fucking pipes in these AC units, I don't know if the fucking gas actually makes it through all these pipes and into the compressor. Because like, I didn't know if the fucking compressor didn't get gas or something, you know. It's like so fucking hard understanding what the fuck is going on here, you know. And because like the fucking compressor starts and it's like, oh yeah, but does the gas actually come into the compressor? Well, I have no fucking idea. How the fuck am I supposed to know? I don't have X-ray vision. I can't measure it really. The only thing you can measure is like temperature and stuff. But like, you know, you can't. But you can only measure temperature change, but you can't fucking measure where the gas is and how much blah blah blah, how much flow. You know, it's fucking hell. You know, sometimes you just gotta guess like. You just gotta like rule out everything else and then be like, okay, it's the compressor or something. Like I literally swapped out every single swappable part on an AC unit and it still didn't work. And that was when it was like, okay, I'm pretty sure it's the compressor that's just bad, you know. Even though the compressor started and did stuff, it just didn't want to do anything. It was so fucking weak for some reason. I don't fucking know. But I feel like there's a very few amount of people that knows what I'm talking about when it comes to fucking AC units and compressors. Like I said also last time about handy people, there's so few people I feel like that are handy, and especially few people that knows detailed stuff about AC units, you know? Like, I mean, is it standard information to know what a compressor is? I think it is, right? Like compressor is in the word, right? I even talked a bunch about compression, you know? Like a few podcasts ago about fucking music, sound compression, file compression. This is the same thing. A compressor is actually the same thing, just in physical form. It actually squeezes gas so tight that it just becomes hot. And that's how you create hot. And you do like the same thing when like, with like creating cold, you like do it's like opposite, because like you turn gas to liquid. No, wait, liquid to gas makes it hot, I think, and then gas to liquid makes it cold, I think. Or it's opposite, you know, and then the compressor just does this. It changes liquid to gas and gas to liquid. And boom, when these things changes, it creates heat or cold. Magic, you know? But yeah. Man, I'm not gonna fucking bore everyone with fucking AC unit talk, you know. I'm gonna bore you guys with other stuff. Yeah, with other stuff. What the fuck was it? There's been some news actually. See, probably even less people care about this shit. But like, I am an avid. Is that what you say? An avid Liverpool supporter. You know, football, or I mean, some people call it soccer, but you know, those fucking people are fucking weird. But I'm a Liverpool fan, right? And there's apparently this crazy breaking news going around. Or it's not going around, it's actually like happened, you know, that our manager, longtime manager, is actually going to quit on us. I know, this is sad news, you know. He's actually like one of the most legendary fucking managers, I'm telling you, because like he's been like almost 10 years in Liverpool now. And he's like made it like fucking won everything that you can win, except he hasn't won the treble, but he has won everything that's possible to win. We won the Champions League twice and Premier League once, and like, you know, it's kind of, you know, done a lot of stuff. And before he came to Liverpool, he did like the same thing. He took Dortmund from nothing to like winning the league and everything, and then they didn't win the Champions League. I don't know. They came second place, I think. Then he went to Liverpool, did the same thing, brought us up from, you know, the rut, and just fucking you know, did his thing basically. And now he's gonna retire, and it's very uncommon, like, for managers to only be on, like, I mean, he has been in, wasn't he in a different team? Was he in Mainz before Dortmund? I think maybe. But he's not, like, the only big teams he's been in was like he got his big breakthrough in Dortmund, right? And then he did that, and then to Liverpool, and then now he's going to retire. And that's so rare with managers. Like, you see managers fucking jump ships fucking all the time. You see Mourinho. How many fucking teams have he managed? Do you think he managed like fucking what team has he actually, what fucking team did he manage? He managed Barcelona. No, that was Pep. He managed Chelsea, I remember. He managed what is actually Mourinho famous for? I know he did Manchester United, but that's not really what he's famous for. He did Inter, right? He was kind of famous for that shit. And that Porto, obviously. Probably what he's most famous for, almost, you know, winning Champions League with Porto, but whatever. He's done like a shit ton of jobs. You know, where the fuck is he now? He's in Roma, right? I think. But like, he's fucking done, like most managers, like, have fucking been everywhere. And then you have Klopp, who's only been like 2 main places. He's been like a few others before that, but you know what I mean. And it's like crazy. And then it's like big talks about who's gonna replace him, you know. And then it's like so much talk about oh, it would be so cool though, because this one guy, maybe this is like all over Klopp 2.0 basically, because there's this one guy who's in Bundesliga now, where Klopp started and got his breakthrough, and there's a previous Liverpool player called Sabio Alonso, you know, and he is now manager for Bayer Leverkusen. It's his first season managing a club at being the manager at a high level. And he's for Leverkusen, and they're leading the Bundesliga, which is like wild, because Bayern Munich has obviously dominated it for years, and now Leverkusen is actually leading it. And if like Leverkusen wins the league, I mean, then Alonso has done some crazy shit. And there's talks about, I saw like some odds stuff, and that like the highest odds of who's going to replace Klopp in Liverpool is Xabi Alonso, even though Xabi Alonso said he was going to focus on Leverkusen and didn't really think about Liverpool. Obviously he's thinking about it, you know, but you know what I mean. I'm basically just saying that there's like a high odds for it, and it would be fucking crazy to see that, but it would also be kind of sad to see it happen and then he fucking fail hard. But like, come on, he's done like crazy shit at Leverkusen. He can't be that bad. Come on, you know, he has to be like decent at least, you know. Oh, I'm gonna actually turn up the AC. Boom. But yeah, that's some football talk, you know. I actually don't watch that much football, to be honest, but like I always like follow what is happening in Liverpool and all football clubs, but I don't actually watch that much football. It's mainly just because I, you know, don't really have that much time to do it, you know. I have like other stuff going on, and you know, trying to focus time elsewhere than watch football, you know. But I'm still like, I'm watching like the big games. That's what I do, you know. But I used to watch a lot more, obviously. But yeah. And yeah. And what I've also been doing recently is now we're gonna go back a little bit to the airplane talks and stuff, you know, because there's this. I've been having this like today. I had this like this fascinate like there's this one plane. There's this one airplane that's very legendary. I mean, like I think almost everybody knows about this plane. Even like people that are no plane that are not like plane enthusiasts knows about this plane, and especially like older generation, because that's when this plane actually was going around. But I recently was like watching videos about it and like looking it up and stuff, and it's like such a crazy plane. There's this plane called most of you guys have maybe heard of it. It's a plane called Concorde, which is like apparently one of the most legendary planes. You know, I think there's only 20 of those planes that ever got made, and no one they're not in use anymore because they were too expensive and stuff. But this plane is so fascinating, and I just when I see everything about it, I'm like, I don't understand how is it not operating? Like they're saying that oh yeah, it's too expensive and stuff. But I feel like there's a but one thing I have learned in life, one of the few things I learned is that there is a market for everything. So I mean, if you say that you just don't have enough money to have the plane in business, just fucking up the prices. You know, I'm telling you, people will pay expensive prices to fly with this today. Like the Concorde, if you don't know, the Concorde is a plane that looks fucking nuts. It's a commercial airplane, you know, where fucking passengers go, and I think there's up to 100 people that can fit on the plane. But it's like but the special thing about it, first of all, I think it's actually the looks, you know. The looks of it is absolutely that's what most people think about it when they see it. It's the fucking looks of this fucking Concorde airplane, you know. I can just put up a little picture on the screen, you know, for reference while I'm talking about it. But this plane is like it's wild, I'm telling you. Let me see if I can find a good picture here. So this is this is not the actual one though. I'm just kind of okay. This picture looks kind of cool, I guess. Hold on. Okay, here we go. So this is plane called Concorde, and it's absolutely nuts. Because the thing is, it looks crazy, and the nose, it can like bend over. I didn't know that. I've seen this plane before, and I thought it was like that. But the fucking front of the nose, they can angle it while they're fucking flying. They can angle the nose so that like they see differently, and like I don't know exactly, it has some aero effect too. But I think the biggest reason they had it so it can angle down was to get more vision while they're landing and stuff, you know. But yeah, it's fucking or when they're like taking off and stuff. But it's fucking the thing is fucking nuts, you know. But the main thing, obviously, about this plane is not the actual looks, obviously. The main, obviously, thing is that it's insanely fast commercial airplane. Like, I think, most commercial airplanes, they travel at around, 900 kilometers per hour? Plus, minus, you know, top 900, I think. Maybe up to 1,000 kilometers an hour. But mostly more like 900, I think, on average. This fucking plane, the Concorde, it fucking it does over 2,000 kilometers per hour while it's in the air, you know, which is like over double as much as normal commercials airline today, you know. This thing could like this thing has the world record for like flying between London and New York. It did it in like what? It was like 2 hours and 50 minutes or some shit, which is wild to think of, that you can fly from London to New York in almost 3 hours. And I can fly, and when I fly to the capital of Norway, I live in Norway, right? To fly to the capital of Norway, it's 2 hours. This thing flies to London to New York in like 3 hours, almost 3 hours. It's fucking wild. This thing is so fast. But like obviously, like I said, the most outstanding thing about this plane is the fucking looks of it. It just looks insane when it's like a fighter jet or something with like 100 passengers. You know, it's fucking wild. But like I said, also, I mean, if these planes are obviously a bit very old, but I feel like if they modernize it, right? They actually, but I mean, that might actually be a lot of work, you know, isn't it? Modernizing a whole plane. I mean, you might have to build a whole new plane, but let's say they do that. It doesn't fucking matter. They could probably fly these today too, but maybe the safety requirement aren't met because they're like very old. But whatever. I still feel like there's a market for these planes because imagine because these are so unique and like there are fucking rich people that would easily pay fucking triple, fucking double the fucking prices of normal commercial planes from London to New York to get there doubles as fast, right? There's definitely a market for it, I feel like today. They stopped using these planes in like the 90s, I think, because they're obviously it wasn't a market for it anymore, but that's like 30 years ago, you know? I swear now, it's definitely a market for it. If there wasn't then, it's definitely now. I'm just fucking telling you. So I feel like they should bring it back. Bring back the I'm gonna fucking start like I'm gonna start a GoFundMe. Or what do you call it? A petition? No, actually, I'm gonna start a GoFundMe so I can get money and then spend the money on getting the Concorde back in the air, you know. But it's just fucking wild, you know. I think people said it was like, oh no, that's something else I was watching. Because I was watching some fucking, I can take this away, the picture away. I was also watching like, because this plane was like crazy. And like, I remember when this time, I said I remember, but obviously I didn't fucking remember when this plane got built. So it was like in the 70s or something. But when it got built, it was way above like everything else. Like the engineering and the fucking tech, you know, was like fucking, it was like miles ahead of what it was supposed to, you know. And then but yeah, and I also saw like some other crazy engineering videos about oil rigs recently, and oil rigs are like absolutely insane fucking engineering stuff, you know. I saw that they like went into the drilling room where they drill for oil, and they said like this room is literally the top engineering, elite engineering stuff you can find in the world. Like literally every single of the most advanced engineering that exists is in this room, you know, like in the drilling room. Like they said that like the only thing that's more advanced than an oil rig is like NASA spaceships, basically. That's the only thing that's more advanced than oil rigs. Because these oil rigs are fucking massive. I mean, I find the oil rigs more fascinating though than a spacecraft. Or, I mean, maybe, I don't know. Like a spacecraft is kind of like, oh yeah, this is long rocket that fucking goes into crazy speed, up in the air, and just fucking goes and goes and goes. You know, like I know obviously it's crazy, you know, but like oil rigs, if you see them, they're like, it's like fucking huge ass hotels with fucking drilling equipment and fucking crazy shit in the middle of the sea, and they're like, the foundation is like huge concrete things that goes to the bottom of the ocean. Or like some had that. So I think some fucking, which is even crazy, I think some oil rigs literally has like just inflatable. They literally have like the standard concrete fundaments, like 4 of them maybe, and then at the bottom it's literally just like inflatable stuff to make it float, like just obviously on a gigantic level. So some oil rigs I think just float literally in the water. I have no idea how that works. I understand more when they're like drilled to the seafloor and like steady, but I think there's some oil rigs that are literally floating, which is like nuts. I don't know how the fuck that would even work, you know. But it apparently does work, you know. There's obviously some engineers that knows what the fuck they're doing building oil rigs, you know, because they're fucking massive and fucking insane, you know. Oh, I mean, I always been like I always been thinking like, is it actually, because you see a lot of like, I think a lot of like how do you say it, like people that work with these things, they always have dream jobs with like fucking working on oil rigs. You know, it does seem a little chill because it's literally like working. What, I think you work, let's say 100 hours on the oil rig, and then you have 200 hours away, you know, and then you kind of like goes like that, doing. I mean, it seems kind of like crazy, but I have no idea if it. I honestly think, like when I think about it, I'm like, oh yeah, that would be so chill. Imagine having 200 hours off. But then I'm also like, maybe that wouldn't be that chill. I don't know. I have no idea, you know. But at least they earn a fucking shit ton of money, though. I think a lot of when like the salary list comes every year, there's always like, I always see like a bunch of people that works on oil rigs that are on the top, you know, in my city, you know, because there's not that many rich people in my city, you know. There's obviously a few business people and stuff, but most normal people that are high up on the list are like oil rig workers, you know, that spend some time there and then comes back and blah blah blah, you know what I mean. But yeah, I honestly don't think it's for me though, but you know, but who knows. I'm also like wondering when it comes to like work stuff. I've always been like thinking about you know a lot of people always think about like, oh, where will I be in like 10 years and blah blah blah, you know. I always think about these like, where will I actually be? And I literally I always think like, oh, wait, maybe in like 5 years I will be doing something crazy, something completely different. I always think about these things, right? And then it's like, I'm probably going to end up working where I work as an electrician for the rest of my life somehow, you know. I feel like it's like, I'm such a, how do you say it? I mean, I would like to like adventure on new stuff, right? But I'm just so fucking lazy when it comes to it. I just does whatever is simple. So like when I have a job, I just like stay with it until I just can't do it anymore or something. Like if I get fucking fired or like fucking business goes down or whatever, you know. So I feel like I'm just gonna fucking be an electrician for the rest of my life. I feel like everybody, you know, it's not a very good thing to compare yourself to others. That's like the worst thing you do. But it seems like everybody else in life just constantly like evolves, you know, like studying here, and then they start studying some more crazy stuff, and then they fucking get a job here, and then they get a bigger different job another place. And you know, I feel like people always like step up the grades, you know. Everybody's like chasing the fucking chasing that high salary, you know what I mean. But and I've just been an electrician ever since I was like 17. I started working in this company and just been doing the exact same thing for 10 years now. And it's like, and I always think to myself, you know what? I'm going to like get some hobbies and just like go crazy on it, and then like make some of my hobbies become my actual job, you know? But I always fail at it. When the weekend comes, I'm always like, this weekend too, I'm like, when the weekend comes, I'm like, oh my God, I'm going to do so much shit. I'm going to like get some productive stuff going, you know. I'm might fucking try and make a song and stuff, you know, do real shit. And I don't know, there's something about me. I'm so used to working like Monday to Friday, and then when the weekend comes, that's when I have time off. So when the weekend comes and I have time off, my brain just goes shut down. I can't do anything productive, you know. I was actually quite productive today, you know, and it's Sunday today. But Sunday is a bit easier. I mean, Friday is the hardest day, I think, to be productive. Saturday, kind of hard. Sunday is actually not that bad, you know. I don't know why, you know. I think most people, isn't Sunday supposed to be the day? Apparently Sunday is the day where you're supposed to actually chill out, you know. Friday and Saturday, it seems like most people just go out and hang out with people, and that's when you're supposed to do these things. But on Sunday, that's when you're supposed to relax and stuff, you know. I mean, I fucking relax every single chance I get, I would say, you know, but still. I always hate Sundays, though. Fucking hell. I don't understand, like, I'm trying to like Sundays better, but it's very hard to like a day when you have work the next day. It's like, it's not, you know. But then again, Friday is probably my favorite day, even though I have work on Friday. Friday is just such a different day, though. Even though you have to wake up early, it's just, it doesn't feel the same, you know. Fridays feels like totally different than all other, like from Monday to Thursday, you know. It's just a different league. Friday is like weird, especially like I said, like I've been working 7 to 3 only on weekdays since I was 17, and my brain is just so hardwired almost to like Friday, boom, shut down. You know, now it's time off. You know, it's so hard to like start and try and like fucking push it. You know, when my brain is like not like that. You know, I'm gonna have to try and like rewire my brain. I feel like I've been getting better at it, but I think the way to do it is not completely rewire it, but more tricking it into thinking it's a weekday. That's kind of what I did today. Because what I did, I started making music and stuff, which is what I'm trying to do recently, because I have a few projects. It's not projects. I'm just trying to like do some stuff, you know. So I actually just, I kind of like pretend it's a normal weekday. So like as soon as I wake up, I start to make music. Because my brain is used to, as soon as you wake up, you go to work, right? So I did that as soon as I woke up, because when it gets late, like when it gets late at night, my brain completely shuts off, you know? I know most people, like, a lot of people, like, they sit there and fucking, when the night comes, that's when they get fucking creative. That's when they want to fucking sit there and program and fucking make music and fucking do whatever, you know? Do all these things. My brain just can't handle it. When the fucking night comes, my brain just has to fucking sit and watch YouTube or a movie or something. You know, my brain can't do fucking anything else, you know? It's fucking horrible, you know. But like I said, I have a few tricks up my sleeves. I'm trying to hard rewire it, you know. Next thing I have to do is like rewire my brain so that I start liking Mondays, and that's gonna be an impossible task. I mean, who the fuck likes Mondays except for Petter Stordalen, which is like a billion. I don't think is he billionaire? He's like a very rich person in Norway, one of the richest people. He's like a hotel business guy. He's like, he has the phrase, "Oh, the Monday," basically. Oh, it's Monday. You know, he's like always like, he's like, you know, have you seen those fucking everybody has probably seen like YouTube videos or TikToks and stuff of these people that are like, I wake up at 5 a.m, then I work out, then I eat this breakfast, then I have 10 minutes of yoga, then I have, you know, they're like constant, like boom, 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 super productive, you know. And most of these people that do this on TikTok, they're just fucking TikToking, you know, they're kind of just talking trash. But Petter Stordalen, he's like, literally, he lives like this. He's like fucking, he's literally up 5 a.m, like constantly doing stuff, you know, never shutting off, you know, just constantly, like even when he's fucking not working, he's kind of working, I would say, you know. He probably fucking works in his sleep somehow, you know. That's like the fucking guy he is. I mean, I wouldn't even want to become that. It doesn't seem, I mean, or maybe, I guess it's just from my point of view. I mean, imagine if you actually got the satisfaction of having like the, you know, when you like sit down, watch a movie, imagine if you got that satisfaction from doing work, you know, that would be kind of fucking wild. But I can't imagine these people actually get that satisfaction from it. Maybe they do. I don't fucking know. Every time they say they do something like that, I just feel like they're fucking talking out of their ass, you know? But I mean, who the fuck knows? These people are a fucking different breed, I guess. Like, all these fucking hustlers, business people. I mean, I always look at them and I'm like, good for you, you know? Because, like, I wouldn't even want to try and become... It just seems so much of a hassle. Yeah, you can, like... If you're very productive, you could become rich, but is it actually worth it? Is it worth it, like being constantly like productive, or constantly having your mind constantly on, having to constantly fucking do stuff and like business plans? Is it worth it doing that constantly and not living life a bit just to be a bit richer, you know? is it actually worth it? and that is that is the wise words of the day, or what the wisdom of the day, I would say. And that's where I'm actually also going to end this podcast with with some wisdom. Is it actually worth it? Think about it. What you're doing right now, if you're listening to this shit, is it actually worth it? Should you actually fucking do something else? Is this wasting your time? Or are you actually thinking that this is worth it over... I don't fucking know. It's probably not worth it, just so you know. You're probably doing a big mistake if you're listening to this. But yeah, I'm going to go and I'm going to think about life. And I'm going to sit down and think about, is this podcast actually worth it? Is this fucking worth it? Should I continue? Every day before I start a podcast, it's like, oh, is this worth it? I mean, okay, a little pro tip again. If there's something you do, and every time before you do it, you think to yourself, is this really worth it? It's probably not. But sometimes it could be worth it. Like when I work out, a lot of times I'm like, is this worth it? Especially on leg day. On leg day, I'm definitely like, is this worth it? I still do it though. But yeah. But that's just me. I mean, maybe my brain's just fucking dumb enough to understand that it's actually not worth it. Or maybe it is, Who knows? Anyway, I will see you guys later then.